morning to all our viewers and our listeners out there. Today is Friday, the 6th of the 6th month, 2025. We're here at the Abbaquar Sand Dream Center. And today we have with us the Abbaquar Sand Dream team. We got Jason Abrams, we got Nolene Finn, and we got Olivia Jones. So we're going to ask Olivia the first question. Olivia, tell us a little bit about the Abbaquar Sand Dream Center and what you guys do here.
Okay, so the Dream Center is made up of a few volunteers. It's a handful of volunteers that come through every day. We've been in operation for about 4 years now. We offer activities to our youth and to our community as well. We have a feeding scheme that we feed Monday to Thursday. We push out about 2,000 meals a day, and most of the stuff that we receive is sponsored. We have a homework club as well, where we have the kids that come through to do their homework. We have a tutor to assist them, and this is free of charge. With that, we found from our youth that we have on a Friday night. It's every Friday night. So we have youth from all over the community. And from that youth, the youth nights, we found out that a lot of kids are having difficulties doing their homework and stuff at home due to the social ills and things that they are facing in their homes at present. So that is why we opened up the homework club. We have gymnastics, we have MMA, we have ballet. There's a whole lot of things happening at our center, karate and so forth. Yeah.
Wow. So, wow, Abbaquar Center, you guys do quite a bit for the community. Let's move on to Jason. Jason, so this morning I wanted to ask you, man, so what are some of the challenges you face? Well, let's say when you found the building, maybe you can tell the community a little bit about the building itself.
Thank you, Mr. Scarlett. Good morning, community. Mr. Scarlett, this building was abandoned from anywhere from 7 to 8 years. It was totally vandalized, holes in the roof, no electrical, no plumbing, 110 windows broken. It was basically left for dead, if I can use those words.
Wow.
Being a building that serviced our community so well previously, we decided as a community to come together, pull our resources together, which was very minimum at the time. Ask community members with skills to please come and help us to bring this building back to life. Let me also state that we went to Colonel Van Zyl, we wrote him a letter. We went to Councillor Aubrey Snyman, we wrote him a letter. We wrote a letter to UKZN and to real estate, because I believe that the ownership of this building is with real estate and the lease is with UKZN Co. So wanting to be on the right side of the law, we approached all necessary authorities. We've sent them emails. We have the proof in forms of the emails and letters. Every step that we have taken has been documented. There is nothing that's undocumented. We were ridiculed. We were called hijackers. We were called thieves. We were called drug dealers. We were called gangsters because we took this building. We later found out, after we had come in and sent our letters out, started the repairs of the place so that it can be a beacon of hope within this area of Wentworth, that there's a group called the WYC. The WYC is the Wentworth Youth Committee. The Wentworth Youth Committee members is Dorothy Maraj, it's Earl Wilkinson, it's Jean Chowdhury, it's Patricia Duff, it's Carl Lindeboom. Those are the ones that we know, that we've met with. Anything past that we don't know. They approached us very upset at what we were doing because they said that they got the ownership or the lease for the building. We later found out that they didn't have it. They were trying to get it. We've had meetings, we've discussed working together with them, but nothing has come of it. I've had conversations with the councillors, Councillor Snyman, I've had meetings with him. I later on discovered, Councillor Snyman called me at 9 o'clock in the night to say, Jason, this was our plan. This is why we came together. Him and the WYC, and formed this Wentworth Youth Committee. But it wasn't supposed to be a building for the youth. It was under the guise of a youth committee. I have that recording on my phone. I would release it if he agrees. Because of the POPI Act, I would not just release recordings, but being in the security industry, all our calls are recorded, Mr. Scarlett.
Wow.
The nightmare and the opposition that we have faced since has really been sad. It's been sad, it's been disappointing, it's been disheartening. To think that a community that came together to bring to life something that was dead and is servicing our community in such a wonderful way, from the young to the old, when you see the beneficiaries, it's heartwarming. And we sit with a challenge with our councillor and with the WYC. And the thing that got to me, or a light bulb sort of turned on when I heard the name, the WYC, the Wentworth Youth Committee. The Wentworth Youth Committee does not have a member that I've met that's under the age of 60 years old, Mr. Scarlett.
Wow.
And we've appealed to them to work with us, as you all are our elders in the community. But the Wentworth Youth Committee wants this lease and wants this building. We later found out that there were sponsorships that Frank and Melanie had arranged with Group 5 and Transnet for 29 million rand. They had said that this building cannot function. It's condemned. But yeah, we came together with the very little resources, with the community members, this community, and we've brought this building back to life, Mr. Scarlett. And today we still face the very same challenges. When UKZN Core, namely Tumi and her professors, came here, they were clapping when they saw what had happened. Later on, the Wentworth Youth Committee called Tumi and told Tumi that we are gangsters and drug dealers and violent people and must stay away from us. Tumi and UKZN Core were considering signing over the lease to us so that we could carry on. They were impressed with the work that we did and the ongoing work.
Thank you so
Later
much.
on, Mr. Scarlett, we went to the mayor's office. The mayor called a lady by the name of Yasmin from real estate. Yasmin proceeded to tell the mayor, that former mayor, that we are violent, drug-dealing people and gangsters, and that the mayor should have nothing to do with us. All while she was on loudspeaker with our team sitting in the mayor's office. The mayor could not believe what he had heard, because what he had seen and the people he knows, he's met us on various occasions. We've been in and out of his office on other matters. It was unbelievable what he was hearing. He told us to go ahead and continue with the good work that we're doing.
Yes.
So today, Mr. Scarlett, we sit with a problem, is that the very same thing is happening now. We need our lease sorted out for this premises. We did not hijack this building. We have all the proof, all the evidence. We were unfairly treated. Our characters were defamed. The WYC used an attorney from the Bluff, a lady, I won't mention her name, to send us fraudulent letters of eviction when they had no authority to do it. And every trick and everything that they could do, they have tried it. We've asked them to work with us as a community. At the end of the day, Mr. Scarlett, this building does not belong to anybody but the Wentworth community. It does not belong to us. It does not belong to Olivia. It does not belong to Mr. Scarlett. It does not belong to Jason Abrams. This is a Wentworth community building
Yes.
that was dead and brought back to life, Mr. Scarlett.
Thank you so much, Jason. Jason, some of the names you mentioned are very familiar to me, and I love that you highlighted the fact that these people are already they actually pensioners. Now, what would their involvement, why would they want to continue being involved with the youth? Is it because out of concern, genuine concern, or is it just that they want to be involved wherever there's an opportunity to make money?
Well, Mr. Scarlett, according to Councillor Snyman, they are the big five.
Oh,
Whatever the big five means, I don't know what he means. But it's almost as though nobody should challenge them. We've invited Councillor Snyman. We've invited them. Come and sit down, let's talk. Councillor Snyman and myself have had many conversations to bring unity. But all we see is that they are hell-bent on getting us out of here and them getting the lease for this property. Now my question is, why are you so hell-bent on wanting the lease? Aren't we not doing the good work? Aren't we not uplifting our community?
well, Jason, I believe you guys are doing an excellent job. I've been here for a few weeks and I've been watching your guys work. I've been watching the children and the feeding schemes, and I can tell you that I've witnessed that everything you're saying now is absolutely truth. But I do also know, I just want to go back to the area where there's some people that are involved with the cycling park and the WOW centers and all these things. Have you guys ever thought? I'm just asking, in a general question. Do you are there finances? Are their books open for public view, or do they ever get audited? Because one of my greatest concerns is that the same names come up all the time. In every, as you said, they call themselves the Big Five. They're calling you guys mafia and drug dealers. Now, my concern is their establishment. Is there anybody auditing them to check why they want to be involved? I also know there was a time when you and I were involved in opening the Wentworth pool, and there was the committee that came up as a sporting fraternity. Unbelievable that not one of them put their hand to the plow. The community came together. As you're saying, it's always a community effort that makes a great progress in our community when we come together under one banner without any political affiliation. And you guys are doing an excellent job. But tell me, these people have been involved in the freebie kind of business for a long time, and they continue to reign over this area. They're not prepared to hand over the baton. That's a big concern for me.
Our genuine response to that is we do not care. We have tried our best to bring unity in this community. We've had many meetings. We've come to a place where we got to do what we need to do to bring about the change. Everybody else has their agendas for doing what they are doing. Our agenda is that we are the children of the soil of Wentworth, born and bred here. We have faced the social ills. I have faced the social ills. I have went with no lights in my house. I've went with no food in my house. I've went to school with holes in my shoes. I've been through every social ill in my household that you can think of. So has our team. And this is where our hearts is. We want to change this generational curse that is over our community, Mr. Scarlett. How do we do it? We come together.
Yes.
But those that have ulterior motives and agendas, we don't want to work with them. They must stay away from us. It's as simple as that. We've appealed to many organizations, but we've decided to do what we need to do. It's taken us a very long time, Mr. Scarlett. It's taken us a lot of hard work. Although we face challenges in our personal lives, we pursue this dream. Hence the name, the Dream Center. You know why? We don't want the generations coming behind us to suffer like we have suffered. It's an ongoing, continuous curse. Right now, we are starting to feel like it is a curse hanging over us that the Wentworth Youth Committee with the Councillor Aubrey Snyman pursues us to close down this operation. Close it down, Mr. Scarlett. Taking into consideration that Patricia Dove and Jean Chowdhury and Dorothy they got their organizations and their things running. Why are they so hell-bent on closing us down? I'm from this area. I grew up in this area. And this is why I'm fighting for this area. Oosterville got their organizations. The top got their organizations. Why can't we have something for our people here?
Agree.
What has the Dream Center been doing, Mr. Scarlett? It's been assisting in employment. It's been assisting in business opportunities. Feeding more than 2,000 meals a week. Youth programs. Cleaning programs. Counseling. The very thing that this building is meant to be is happening right now.
Wow, Jason.
But Mr. Scarlett, let me say this. Tumi and her people apologized to us sitting right in the chair where you're sitting. You know why? I said to her, Tumi, UKZN Core has failed our community. You'll owe us an apology. Real estate has failed our community. Yasmin Adel or whoever her surname is, she owes us an apology. Not to still go around defaming our character.
Absolutely.
They need to apologize to us and they need to recognize us, and we are going nowhere. We will go to protests. We will go to courts. I beg the UKZN court to take us to court. You know why? See these files sitting in front of us? You see all this correspondence? We have everything documented on a hard and a soft copy. We did not come in here with ill intentions. We're fighting a generational curse in our community. We need our community uplifted. Look at what's happened with Wentworth Hospital. We fought, we marched, and at the end of the day, what ended up happening? The CEO of Wentworth Hospital said to us there was one CV they only received, so they could not pick the board. There's atrocities going on at Wentworth Hospital, Mr. Scarlett. Our communities, fence-line communities, are suffering at that place. We marched and we marched again. And we pushed for a board to be put in place so that there can be proper management. All of a sudden a board appears. One of the people on the board is Mr. Snyman's daughter. I approached him. I said, Mr. Snyman, what is going on? We have a minuted meeting with the CEO and her team saying that there was no CVs. One CV, so they couldn't proceed. It's minuted, Mr. Scarlett. I'm not talking something I don't know. The very next thing, there's a board in place. No processes. No community participation at all, Mr. Scarlett. And this is the challenge we face in this community. It starts from the Councillor Snyman. He is the first man that should make sure proper processes are followed. He said to me, Jason, I'm going to get onto this because I don't know. He is a Mr. Anka's man. I don't know. He always doesn't know, Mr. Scarlett. I've come to the point where I don't want to enter his office. I don't want to have a conversation with him because it's going to be a nonsense conversation. I'm wasting my time. So I got to go on and do what we need to do as community members to uplift our community because we're tired of suffering. We're suffering in every form, every social ill you can think of. This community is suffering it. And we got a councillor that is not, he doesn't care. I've appealed to him. I've sat in 2.5-hour meetings with him to say, councillor, we need change. We need employment. We need opportunities. Look at our community, Mr. Scarlett, in the last 20 to 25 years. It's come to nothing.
Absolutely.
We need to rise from the ashes.
Absolutely. Jason, thank you so much. To all our listeners out there, you can see how passionate Mr. Abrams is about the Abbaquar Sand Dream. I do believe that he's one of the brain children, I would say. And Jason, we hear you, our community hears you, our people abroad will hear you. And we just want to say thank you that you guys are so involved in our community. You know, if I might, from my perspective, I'd like to say this is what we needed. You guys took the initiative with absolutely no finance and no backup, and you built the dream because this has really become a dream. And I'm also grateful to buy into this dream. Thank you, Jason. I still have children that are youth. We just asked also one before I close, I want to speak about, it seems like there's a trend of closing our centers down. I know currently that the Blue Roof, which is also one of our youth centers and recreational centers, that's also been earmarked, it's for sale. And as you said, our councillor doesn't come to the party, he's never available for interviews, so we can't tell our community exactly what's going on. But I see your passion, and I hear you, and now the rest of the world is going to hear about this. But in closing, Jason, briefly, what do you see as a way forward to not only just to unite? Is there a way that we can I think, for me, what I think personally is we need to engage more with the youth, because a lot of the people that are currently in all these committees are on their way out. They're pensioners, and that's where they need to stay. We need to hand over that gauntlet, and we need to hand over the baton and ensure that our youth start to, you guys need to groom the youth, and we can see that our number one citizen has already failed in that area, and I can say that blatantly because I've had many meetings with him. And he always doesn't know. My thing is, I don't know whether there's corruption. I can't prove anything, but surely...
Mr. Scarlett, Mr. Scarlett.
Yes, sir.
We need accountability in every organization. If there's no accountability, with measures put in place that should you step out of line and should you have ulterior motives, there's measures put in place that will send you for prosecution.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have accountability locally. We don't have accountability provincially in any leadership structures, and we don't have it nationally. And this is why we find our country in the place that it's in. A place of poverty, a place of lack. A very, very wealthy country. Look at our area. Our water surrounded by wealth. Why are our people suffering, Mr. Scarlett? We're surrounded by wealth.
Yes.
But it starts with the first man in the community. If you keep localizing it to those that's around you, how is anything ever going to happen? This has been my fight. I'm not a famous person in this community among those people. Why? I'm fighting for equality. Give people equal job opportunities. Give people equal business opportunities. Why can that not happen, Mr. Scarlett? How much does one person need to live and to sort their families out and to look after their families? I don't think you need everything to be localized or centralized to just you and your friends. It doesn't work like that. How will we get out of this place that we find ourselves in? This cursed place. I'm going to call it what it is, Mr. Scarlett. We're in a cursed place because we got leaders that are self-serving. They only look out for themselves. They're not worried about the masses. If they were worried about the masses, Mr. Scarlett, we would be in a prosperous, flourishing community.
Mr. Abrams, one of the things that I noticed, I know our time is short, one of the things that I noticed that I can never get an answer on is, you know, we spoke about localization, and in this area particular I want to touch on is the CLO, the Community Liaison Officer. It always seems to be repetitive. They always hire the same people. Like for civil jobs, for example, I asked the councillor, what's the criteria to become a CLO? You obviously have to have some knowledge of excavations and well, sand and cement and building, but he couldn't answer me. So there is currently no criteria, but the same people get hired over and over and over
The
again.
criteria is proximity, Mr. Scarlett. Proximity with no qualifications, but proximity to the right or the wrong people, depending on how you look at it. Proximity seems to be what you need to get where you need to go. And we're here to change that. But Mr. Scarlett, I don't want to venture too much into that. Just in closing and closing off, I want to send a message to you, KZN Core, who's really been good to us. Once they have found out about the lies and the defamation, Tumi and her team have been excellent in corresponding with us. They've been here for a few visits. They were happy, and we thank them. And we even thank them for their apology for what they have done and put our community through. We faced the challenge of Yasmin, that works for real estate, Aubrey Sneyman, the councillor, and the WYC, the Wentworth Youth Committee, who now wants to shut these operations down because they feel that they should have this place like they got everything else.
Is that going to happen, Mr. Abrams?
That's never going to happen so long as I'm alive. We're going to go to court. We're going to fight. We're going to protest. We're going to protest outside real estate. We're going to march. We're going to do everything in our power, Mr. Scarlett. You know why? We need change. Positive change is what we need, Mr. Scarlett.
Well, thank you to the Abbaquar Sand Dream Team. Thank you, Mr. Abrams. Thank you, Mrs. Jones. And thank you, Mrs. Fun. From the G4J group right here in Wentworth, we'd like to say in closing, keep your feet on the ground and stay tuned. Bye.